One must continue to support the position of the elected officials in the BVI and that of the CARICOM heads and the OECS heads with regards to condemning this recommendation made by a one-man commission set up by the British, recommending that the BVI returns to direct rule under the Crown.
That was Ambassador and Chairman of the Reparations Committee, Ali Gill. He described the British intent to enter the British Virgin Islands as disheartening.
The position is a recommendation from a one-man committee set up by the British government, which, consistent with the statement issued by the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States and that of CARICOM, is a retrogressive position in today's day and age. In a period when we are speaking about reparations for the Atlantic slave trade, indigenous genocide against the indigenous peoples, the period of slavery and colonialism, it is disheartening at the very least for the British to even contemplate the recolonization of any Caribbean territory. That, of course, contradicts and contravenes the Resolution 1514 of 1960, which the United Kingdom has signed on to with regards to the independence of colonies.
Citing the intent of the British to recolonize these islands, such as Montserrat, Turks and Caicos, Caymans, and Bermuda, the ambassador believes a conversation needs to be had regarding their independence.
And something that has not been said, that recommendations, there's a slight undertone of racism in these recommendations, in the sense that the British has felt during the days of colonialism, after emancipation, all up to the 1930s and so on, that we Black people in the Caribbean are unable to govern ourselves. But we have demonstrated, independent countries of the Caribbean, of the CARICOM region, we have demonstrated that we have made a major success of the imperfections of the Westminster system of governance.
On Sunday, the British government released the report of the British Virgin Islands Commission of Inquiry, the COI, which cited cases of corruption in a number of government-led projects. The government of the BVI is said to have welcomed the recommendations for improving governance and the commitment to work with the United Kingdom to address the weaknesses identified in the COI report. The release of the report was brought forward in the advent of the arrest of the territory's Prime Minister. The Boris Johnson administration decided to take control of the BVI's affairs after Prime Minister Andrew Foy was arrested in Florida last Thursday by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. He was charged with drug trafficking and money laundering after undercover agents caught him in a string operation set in motion last October. Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is among CARICOM leaders citing the move as regression. Christelina John, GBN News.